I call leadership stroke, where one part of your body is paralyzed. If a leader has character but does not have competence, does not have skills, leadership is a skill, does not have skills. It's like they say you just boarded a bus, right? And then they said the driver is a very good man. He's a very kind, he's a very nice, very humble, very respectful, although nobody taught him how to drive. So it is only prayer and the grace of God that he uses to drive. Will you stay in that vehicle safely? No. As I say, it's a good man is not enough. Character is not enough. You got to have the skills. On the other hand, you have someone who has skill, who has competence. Like we're saying, the person has a PhD, but has no character. You just have a sophisticated crook. And the person will use that sophistication to cheat you. Let me add a point here. I read a book several years back, Why Nations Fail, by Darren Acemoglu and James Robinson, two professors of economics. They studied why some countries are developed and why some are not. The basic thing they found, the political evolution of each country. So they found out that in most countries, the natural tendency as humans is you have a small group of people in the elite class. They control political power. Then they use political power to channel economic resources to benefit themselves and the people close to them. That's where Africa still is. That's where we still are. The countries that have been the most powerful, they broke the power of that elite class, right? They broke it. That's why they introduced democracy and introduced equality as a value. Started from France, that French Revolution thing. Until you do that.
The price of bread.
Thank you. So right now, the citizens are shouting and crying. Some people are making money they've never made before. They're making billions they've never made before. Yeah. The political class, the elite class will favor itself. But we have a beautiful model coming out of the Middle East where they don't even have democracies. They are monarchies. Why are they developing? Because they have an elite class that has conscience. Elite class that feels for the people. Nobody voted them in. You can't vote them out. They just chose themselves to be good to their people, to empower their people. It's so sad, I must say, that when we look at our own elite class, it seems as if it cannot even redeem itself. But we can only appeal. And honestly, I'm appealing. I've become part of the elite class now. I set up a leadership school 22 years ago to help push some people into the elite class, to have leaders that have conscience, right? I'm appealing to those who have found themselves in positions now where they have power, political power. Look, at the end of the day, they will pack you inside a box. My dad passed some few months back. We buried him about 4 weeks ago. And as I looked at his coffin, I remember the title of a book that I read. Still in my library. It all ends up in the box. Yeah. So in our family, we love to play Monopoly, you know, financial education game. And each time when we finish the game, we pack everything inside the box. Life is like that. They will pack you inside the box somewhere. You may use your political power to control the narrative now, control the media, not even allow anybody to say anything against you. You will go. And one day the truth will still come out. What will be your place in our history? What a huge opportunity we have in Nigeria, in Africa. Right? A whole continent is suffering. And I just want to appeal. It's time for us to have conscience. What else do you want to achieve in your life? It's a rare opportunity to be a leader at a high level. 200 million people, only few people occupying few positions. As we celebrate Nigeria's independence, I want to appeal to those of us that occupy positions, especially in government, that it is time to add conscience to that power and realize success is not about what you acquire. It's actually about what you give.
I have 10
That's
other
a good place to leave it today, but Doctor, really, you have to come back.
So I have to reserve my 10 questions to the next time?
Yes, but you have to, because our time is completely up.
Oh dear.
You have to come back another time, please, please, please.
This month?
We've had a very interesting conversation with you, even though we haven't covered all grounds yet.
I haven't even started.
We didn't even go to, okay, you said leader is one thing, leadership is another. Which one are we lacking? Why are we where we are? We're going to talk about that the next time you come, Doctor. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank
Dr.
you so
Sam
much.
Adeyemi, global speaker, strategic leadership expert. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so much, Alero. Thank you, Ayo, for having me.
So Alero is leading us to the next segment. And what we'll be talking about, but is that leading or leadership?
We'll be back in just a moment with another interesting conversation. Do stay with us.